Hello everyone, Happy New Year as 2022 begins. I already did a video talking about the yet unannounced video games that I would love to see come out this calendar year, and in this one talk about the home media releases of TV shows or movies that I would love to see come out this year. Again, stuff that is not been confirmed for the year, but I would love to see happen. One right off the bat would be Bewitched through Millcreek. Now that they've done the I Dream of Jeannie set, whether you love it or you're disappointed with it, I think the next step would be Bewitched. Bewitched is a longer series than I Dream of Jeannie, so there is the potential of it being like a two-part release. It could very well just be, just like the I Dream of Jeannie box set, with an extra little sleeve in there for the last couple seasons. We'll see what happens, but I really think Bewitched is the next logical thing to come out this year from Millcreek. I'm pretty convinced that's going to happen. I really hope it is. I have a Bewitched obsession, and I would be all over that. And everything else that I really hope comes out this year that is not, a guaranteed thing at this point is Star Trek related. A lot of the other older TV shows and movies and things, there's not a whole lot that I'm like, oh, I really hope this comes to 4K, and I'm happy with the versions that I have for a lot of things. There are a bunch of older TV shows that will pretty much logically never come to Blu-ray. There are certain ones, so it's like I'm not really, holding out for those. But there are some releases that I think could be happening, and some that it's mind-boggling they haven't happened already. One would be a continuation of the Star Trek movies, since we got the 4K and Blu-ray anniversary editions this fall of the first 4 Star Trek movies, and they left out 5 and 6, which is pretty unusual, but that would have delayed the release and increased the cost of the box set. So I think they're going to be continuing with either a 5 and 6 collection or a 5, 6, and First Contact collection, and then maybe a third set with the rest of the TNG, or maybe it will be just 5 and 6 and they'll save First Contact to be in like a TNG set of all those movies together, whatever. But I would really just hope they finish the original cast, 5 and 6, and get First Contact. After that, the rest of the TNG movies, I'm fine with the DVDs and the Blu-ray and that kind of thing. Like, if it doesn't come to 4K, whatever. But I really hope they finish what they started with the original cast and then get First Contact. So I hope those come out this year, and I think they will. I think it's pretty certain. The two that are kind of up in the air still, and I talk about this endlessly. If you follow me on Twitter, I just about monthly just put up how annoyed I am this is the thing. Deep Space Nine and Voyager, I think there's a possibility they will come to Blu-ray this year, if not maybe next year. It is possible. There's always discussion about sales figures for the TNG Blu-rays, and the cost of doing a Blu-ray release of Voyager and Deep Space Nine. At this point, I feel like they just need to do it. The fan base for Star Trek, this is the thing that's odd. There's so many older shows on Blu-ray now. There have been so many of them been released, and ones that there's no way they're massive sellers. In Star Trek, it's not only a large fan base, but it's a fan base that is notorious for spending huge amounts of money on their passion. So not releasing Voyager and Deep Space Nine to Blu-ray is just odd so far. And the cost that always comes up in the discussion about why those haven't been brought out, because they were edited on videotape. They're filmed on film. Talking about Deep Space Nine in particular, it was then edited on tape, and they go about in the Deep Space Nine documentary talking about the process of just getting those few scenes, those handful of shots they used for the documentary, and remastering them and how much work it was. And I feel like at this point that process would be a little bit easier with a machine learning system, and they wouldn't have to go about and do Voyager and Deep Space Nine to the extreme that they did the TNG Blu-ray box sets. That would be ideal, of course, but that level of remastering and how much they perfected that, even if they don't get that same quality, even if it's more like the versions of Stargate SG-1 and Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda and those kind of things on Blu-ray, where it is really just an upscaled version of the standard definition, even if it's just that, just to get it out there. I just really, it's mind-boggling that it has not happened yet. Especially since, physical media sales, they're not what they were at their height, but physical media sales are actually still really, really high. And for some things, have actually gone up the last few years as streaming services have become more scattered. There's more and more services. Shows are leaving ones, going for others, and becoming exclusives, or leaving altogether. A lot of physical media sales. I sell a lot of VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and that type of stuff all the time for older things, as people just, kind of give up on a lot of these streaming services for a lot of their favorite shows, when you can get the entire thing for like 30-40 bucks on, a physical format. So I think Voyager and Deep Space Nine, they need to come to Blu-ray. 4K I think is probably out of the question. Getting the level of remasters the TNG sets is probably out of the question, but just getting them out there in a slightly better version than what is on the DVDs would be amazing. In general, the DVDs for Voyager and Deep Space Nine, they're fine. Like, they're great. They're what they are, but they're very close to the Japanese Laserdisc versions as far as quality. Definitely could be better, and I think that if you're going to release a better version, just go to the next format, go to Blu-ray. So that is my big hope for the year. That's what I really want to come. Just some Star Trek, finish up some of the movies, finally get Voyager and Deep Space Nine, and have Millcreek throw Bewitched out there on Blu-ray. If that's all that comes out this year, I'm good. I'm fine if nothing ever comes out again after that. Just give me those and I'm happy. This year we're getting Trekkies on Blu-ray. Trekkies is coming to Blu-ray. Trekkies is fun, but come on, I'm gonna have Trekkies on Blu-ray this year, but not Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Give me a break. Come on, get it out there.